May I now request Dr. Baldev Raj, Director NIAS, to give the welcome address.
Thank you, Kaveri. Ambassador Seshadri, Professor Rajaram Nagappa, distinguished participants from Myanmar, Japan, and our colleagues from India, my own colleagues here in NIAS. My job is to welcome you. And welcoming means resisting from making comments on the theme of the conference, howsoever endearing that subject may be to you, because there are going to be better people who are going to speak on that. This institute was born about 27 years back, and J.R.D. Tata, a well-known industrialist, but more important, to my mind, a human being par excellence, and diplomat and a global citizen of unparalleled dimensions, thought of there must be some place where people can get together, not only from India, but from all over the world, to discuss things beyond barriers. Very carefully, he brought together the people who were from education, social sciences, science and technology, policies, and every discipline you could think of. In fact, we always welcome as our colleagues and students the people who don't know the boundaries and who still have deep knowledge in some domain and who are able to contribute. Over 27 years, we have built up credible reputation to discuss some of the challenging subjects and find the directions. I'm sure you would find the campus very attractive, stay comfortable, and you would carry back the memories. But we have also a self-interest that in addition to carrying the memories away from this place, you give some memories to you, to us, which we want to retain. We'd like to build enduring relation with you, at least some of you, to work together on some of the things which would come out of the deliberations. As Professor Rajaram Nagappa mentioned, Myanmar is extremely important for India. You can see from the happenings in India, Myanmar and China that the transitions taking place in Myanmar can be considered as opportunities, but can also pose very major challenges. Particularly what attracts me is the transition to democracy. The transition to democracy, any transition in life, requires extraordinary skills to manage, and especially when the countries go through the transition. And I believe here India can play a constructive role to enable this transition to happen. Of course, it would require collaboration in the area of defense. It would require collaboration in the area of linkages at the political level, and also it would require the commitment of the people to have the relation. And that is where perhaps India has a great advantage, because the ties between Myanmar and India are not based on last 50 years or 100 years. It are based on centuries. The people understanding of each other is very large. In a way, culturally, we are twined with each other to be able to understand and do something together. I have participated in many programs with respect to science for policies and policies for science. While in the program I don't find any specific mention of the science, I believe it is science and technology which is very important part of transforming the country. If you look at India's own story after our getting independence, it was some towering scientists who made a good difference to our country and gave us confidence that we can progress on the path of removing inequalities and providing good quality of life and also have a justifiable place in the arena of the world. I'd propose to Ambassador Seshadri and all of you that can we work on outstanding young scientists and technologists from both the countries to come and discuss what are their aspirations and what they can learn to bring a better quality of life in the two countries and how they would work individually and together to be able to transform the country. NIAS would be delighted to host such a meeting. In fact, 3 months down the line, we are going to have young scientists and technologists meeting from BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, meeting here to see what are the aspirations and what we can do to give a quality of life. I'd also feel that like there in any issue, there are certain very visible points and sometimes we get blinded by those points like mineral resources, the defense and all that. To me, the sublime point in any enduring relation is the culture, heritage, commitment and education of the people. To my mind, that is the glue of a relation which sustains over a long period. And I think we should not ignore that. And again, NIAS is a good place, and NIAS with RIS becomes excellent synergy, and we have been talking of working together with RIS to be able to do something which would become as a big input to the Prime Minister when he is planning to visit sometime very soon to Myanmar. We must be ambitious enough to provide something which is not very visible but which can be very valuable to enduring a relation. We should commit our resources to be able to work on those of the aspects which are latent but which are very valuable in our enduring relations. And I, as a director of NIAS and with complete confidence in Professor Rajaram Nagappa and his group, the intensity and the spread of their expertise, we definitely would like to be a participant and a change agent at this crucial moment where in the next 10 years or so, it could make a lot of difference that what Myanmar would be and how India and Myanmar both would gain, because this is a win-win relation. This is a relation where it is not that one country is looking at the other country with respect to getting something. I think it can be a relation which can be very enjoyable, which can be very enriching, which can be endearing to the citizens of both the countries and still produce something which can be exemplary. Thank you very much for coming to NIAS and being here. 2.5 days is a good time to enjoy, to discuss, to make friends, and I'm sure all that would happen in the next 2.5 days. Thank you very much.